Thank you for tuning in to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, the only station giving you double inspiration and information. You're listening to Z Views, and I'm your host, Ziandria Vishanti. You can continue listening to Z Views every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on WDRB Media. So, today, let's just pause and explore our options. That's one of my many talents. I do a lot of stuff, but I'm not self-made yet. Yes, today we're going to discuss self-made. I know last week I said it came out last week. It came out this week, last week. I'm mixing my days up and you guys know why. But I hosted my first Netflix party and we watched it together with a friend on the West Coast. And it was a great story. And everybody on my timeline is raving about Self-Made. But there are the mixed reviews. Everybody loves the story and the time frame. Costumes was great. Octavia Spencer killed it, Blair killed it, Tiffany killed it, and everybody needs a ransom in their life, even a Sweetness, and I love Sweetness. Yeah, it was a good story overall. But when you start looking a little bit deeper into it and comparing it towards the historical references, then you realize it is a work of fiction. But a lot of people on my timeline are not approving it as a work of fiction. So, question today would be like, would you rather them create a hair mogul and have a completely fabricated story, or would you prefer this story inspired by the life of Madam C.J. Walker? To me, if people just went and fabricated a full out black business beauty mogul, they'd be like, you just gonna diss Madam C.J. Walker and Annie Malone. But so now it's like this whole fight about Annie Malone and how she was portrayed. Technically, Annie Malone was never mentioned in the movie, so she wasn't really portrayed any kind of way. People make those connections, and because she has shared the initials, but Addie Monroe is a fictional character. Also, there were more dynamics between the husband and wife aspect of Madam C.J. Walker and C.J., Sarah and C.J. While I was watching it, I was just like, where did they get these husbands? What's the return policy? Because between Leela and Sarah, John and C.J., these husbands were not cutting. They weren't cutting it. Sure, they wanted to be supportive and they attempted to be supportive, but in the end all, their husbands were their downfall. And it was tragic. But not really. I mean, you see that he really did love her, but he let his insecurities get the best of him. I love Daddy Walker. He was an awesome character played by an awesome actor. And he gave really good advice. Like, if you want to be married, then you need to be married. Fight for your marriage. I'm currently doing marriage counseling. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But first, I just want to say thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to take a quick break. Our sponsors today was 11 Scenes. You can follow me on social media, Instagram and Facebook at 11 Scenes. On Facebook, it's 11 Scenes, the spoiler alert. That's a community where we talk about these movies, even though all the theaters are closed. But Netflix is still out there bringing the heat. On Instagram, 11 Scenes, and also Letterboxd. That's where I put all my reviews written out so you can read them. And keep watching on YouTube. I'll be right back. You're listening to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, the only station giving you double inspiration and information. Welcome back to Z Views. You're listening to Ziandria Vishanti on WDRB Media. Thank you for everybody listening on our free iHeartRadio and TuneIn app and watching on YouTube. Hey, y'all. So we're talking about self-made and our options just how it relates to my life now. It really touched me. I'm excited. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm getting married. So looking at all different viewpoints of it. And so there's the aspect of the relationships. Let's start with that. It showed different levels, multiple levels. And speaking of multiple levels, it showed how multiple level marketing works as well. And what it did show, a lot of people have picked up on, our entrepreneurs saw the distribution aspects of business and marketing, and colorism, a lot of that. So there's a lot to dig into, and we can talk about this forever, but I'm glad it started those conversations. And good entertainment starts those hard conversations. So I applaud them. Good job, Netflix, and Octavia, and Tiffany, and Blair. LeBron brought this to life, so good job, them. And Miss Alila Bundles is the great-granddaughter? Yes, great-great-granddaughter of Madam C.J. Walker. By the way, their supplies, their beauty culture is MCJW Beauty Culture, has an exclusive line in Sephora. So if you're looking for those products, that's their shameless plug. But hey, if you can do your hair, well, some of us are going to have to do our own hair. I have no problem there. Good luck. So where do I want to start? Oh, I left off talking about marriage counseling and the relationship between Sarah and CJ. They, overall, I see the aspect of not sharing the vision with your spouse becoming an issue in business and life, because he felt put second to their business, and it sparked insecurities in him as a man, not being able to provide, and he sought other options within their marriage, which she blatantly said, never run back to what broke you. So you messed up and you got cut off. But that divorce got a little bit messy. His new girl wanted to be the new Madam C.J. Walker because she thought she was his top saleswoman. And she was not. Like, Sarah wasn't just going to like cut her losses and let it be. She wanted to make sure her ends were tied and that things were covered up. But in the movie, he got messy and uncovered a big secret. But in real life, Sarah and Annie does not exist in the movie. I'm gonna say that again. They were actually both self-made millionaires and prominent women in the beauty industry. That competitiveness was there. She did use the same foundation for her beauty formula as Sarah. She attended her school and was a top sales agent in her company. So she learned a lot. Sarah learned a lot from Annie in real life. But in the movie, Addie was dramatically fabricated to present the problem of colorism and an insecurity for chocolate people. I don't know what better way to put that. But Addie and Sarah in the movie had a falling out because Sarah wanted to work for her and she said she didn't have the right look. Child. But Addie was fighting her own insecurities. You have those hints of toxic love throughout Addie's appearance. Yes, she looks prim and pretty and put together. I actually spoke to one of the costume designers, Miss Carrie Wagner, and she had the most brightest colors, the most ruffles and frills, because she was the essence of feminism. But she also got those quips and stabs and jabs that she had to deal with, that she had no other way of dealing with than to jag other people to make them come down. But in the first episode, they're fighting. The boxing theme was throughout the episode, the fight of the century. And Sarah told her, you're the product of something your mother didn't want. And then had it come back full circle and have her mother say, Master cursed me with a daughter, but you'll be fine because you have silky hair and light skin. Toxic love at the core. And I don't know if anybody noticed that when she appeared in Indiana, which is where the movie took place, she was bruised and beat up. And it's just like, you you didn't get love from your mother, can't find love in the lover, and now your business is under attack. Can't win for losing, but where do you find self-love when it's not ingrained from at home? Where do you build that confidence? A lot of people take that confidence into their appearance, and they build their confidence above that. I'm not one to go out and pay to get my hair done, my nails done. My cousins, they fuss at me all the time. Like, I'm not gonna slick my edges. It's a waste of time. My hair is curly. It's disrespectful. It's gonna curl back up. I don't find my happiness in my appearance outwardly. A lot of people say you have to look the part to receive those preferential treatment. But if you can't respect me from what's in between my ears, then I don't think I need that type of service in my life. So I've never been the pretty girl. I'm cute. Thank you, mama. Thank you, daddy. But a lot of people are going to try to have to find a new source of happiness and confidence with all these salons and beauty parlors being shut down. What are you going to do when you can't go get your nails and hair done and your brows and lashes painted on? Like, where do you really find happiness? Question about that. Mental health right now is probably something that we need to be very, very aware of, and just ask people if they're okay. Reach out to folks. Like, this period of isolation, sure, it's a season of separation, but everybody can't be left alone by themselves. Their thoughts are not positive ones. So just be mindful of your surroundings. Use this time to be creative. And if you're creative and you feel this isolation is causing you to be stagnant, reach out. Use social services like Facebook Messenger or Zoom or Telegram or whatever you need to do is just get out there and interact with people. A lot of people feel off the energy of being around others and can't deal with this isolation, but you can do it. I believe in you. Use this time to pause, to explore your options. That's all I'm saying. Thank you so much for joining me. That's all I have for today. You've been listening to Z Views. Tune in every Saturday at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, AM in the morning, right here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community. Bye.